Emmanuel, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Emmanuel, nice to meet you. Please join. Emmanuel, welcome. So the idea is to build the sustainability, ESG, strategy, finance, AI, etc. community and build bridges, share knowledge, insights through speaker events, through these types of informal drink receptions.
My name is Mukul Mohanty. I'm a senior partner with Truffle Capital. We're a life sciences fund based out of Paris. We've been around for about 25 years. We've been spectacularly successful. We've raised about 1.1 billion. We've had 11 IPOs and 30 different exits.
In terms of the verticals that we cover, sustainability, ESG, AI, the fellowship that brings together students from academic institutions with solid reputation. Something we bring in from now is the entrepreneurial dimension to this. Teams, right, like sectors, who would work on projects that we could take further. This is more a stream for people with a more entrepreneurial drive than the corporate one. Before we get to questions, I'll hand it over to some of us here. Maybe let's start with Howard.
I run an environmental company, and that is because it's one of the reasons is I studied chemical engineering. Everybody said to me, you're the last person we'd imagine would be still doing chemical engineering when we have our occasional reunions. And I say to them, that's because none of you know how to make money out of chemical engineering. Carbon capture, energy recovery, pollution control, and it's a very slow burn market.
How would you say your journey was?
I visualized being old. Because I knew you've got to be prepared for the long haul. I don't care about overnight success. I'm building this up. You've got to have dedication. It has to be your dream. It's no good you getting into business, in my opinion, my humble opinion, if it's not something you love.
You mentioned how we should kind of look into something that you're interested in.
So you've got to pay the rent. So if you've got to have your eye on the prize, the thing you'd like to do, or the area you think you want to be in. If you can't get into it straight away, you have to wangle your way towards it.
I wanted to ask Harold specifically, because you were talking about a sandwich year and spending a year in industry, and how beneficial that was to you. Did you find any mentorships in the process of getting into your industry as an entrepreneur that you found particularly helpful?
In that environment, there will always be somebody who will take an interest in you and support you. You have to take a loss on that year.
I'm Alexandra. I run a branding design studio.
My friend Danny, who's a tech entrepreneur, among other things.
I've been working in the startup scene for about 12 years now. The last 5 years I've been doing advisory, which means I help startups launch, I help with their go-to-market strategy, I help with fundraising. Happy to chat with anyone who's interested in building a business, launching their own startup, or general tech.
I was wondering, for people who don't have a tech background, obviously the tech sector is still very promising, like what roles you would suggest applying for. So I've heard of like product management type things, but how else you kind of differentiate yourself as like a student background?
I think the first thing would be is get as familiar as you can with the actual tech. Look at what skill set is missing in the team. So product is a good skill set. Sales is actually very important.